I guess I am live. Let's play some games. Is it a fork? It is. There is also this. A6, this 5. Knight b5, pawn b5, bishop b5. Yeah. Simple. Keep it simple. Stupid. I could have taken the pawn though. I'll take it now. Doesn't really matter. Let's play knight c3. Knight c6 was happening as well, but I needed to get my pieces out. a3, b4. Bishop b2 next. Let's get the rook in. Should I take the rook? Let's force him to take the rook. Up. Knight c4. Okay, knight d7 and knight c5 is a good way. We are up a piece and it should be fairly simple. I can even trade. Okay, I'll wait. Put the knight on c5. King d3. Obviously, I'm happy with the trade. Do I have knight takes f6, gf6, pawn e4? King goes here and I take the knight. There must be some way checkmating pattern as well somewhere. Okay, I'll go with this. Very nice. My network, obviously. Take the pawn, come back. I'll definitely win this. Check. Pawn g4. Pawn f3. King e2. Okay, I had also the push. The push. Okay. I hope my network just works well and we continue playing. We'll reach 2500 today. Will we? Hope so. The Scandinavian. So knight c6. Castles. f5. Shall I put the bishop here? Okay, I'll put the bishop here. I'm a bit afraid, of course, of certain tactics. Queen d7. I'll try to hit that pawn. Play f6, bishop c5, and some sacrifices. Put the bishop on c5, yes. And what about bishop takes h3, gh3, queen h3, followed by rook d6, rook g6. Also there is queen g6, queen g3, bishop f2, and stuff. It does win the game for me. Let's go. It's fairly simple, fairly straightforward. Okay, I'm threatening mate after queen g4, by the way. Knight h4, and I might go queen g3 then, but then the bishop is hanging. Okay. I can't go there. I put the queen on g4 anyways. Knight h4 and I'll take. He takes this, I'll save the bishop. Or maybe play queen back. There might be something. Okay, now this is just game over because this is a pin and we take this and this is mate on the next move. Baby Hikaru. One move, free move. We got 1100, let's go. We'll play e4. What is this? What is this actually? I have no idea about this. Queen sack? Of course I'll queen sack. But what is this? Not really audible? What about now? Am I audible, guys? Rook f6 is played, I'll play pawn h3. Knight takes f2, okay. This is just desperate. I wanted to wait before that. I'll play this bishop g5. Maybe the rook moves somewhere. I take on e7, play queen e2. Try to win the game simply. Nothing too sophisticated. Wow, I missed this. Wow. Definitely wow. Okay, rook takes e6. But okay, I'm still winning. Nothing. Nothing to worry about. Okay, the d4 pawn was hanging, which he missed, and he blunders mate in 1. Let's go. We'll play e4 still. g6. And let's go h4. h5. d4. We'll also grab the center. Also play h4, h5. Let's go knight c3. 5. some sort of Karokanian type of a structure. Knight f3, let's go. He might play queen c7, but then I'll go at 6 and the bishop is just dumb. Okay, this bishop is again a dumb piece. But okay, this position is not that bad for him. I need to catch his king in the center of the board. Somehow if I can land the knight on d6, would be very appreciating. Let's play a4, a5. Okay, if I play bishop b5, I'm very stubborn. Will he take? Okay, obviously he will. And then I take with the knight, and knight d6 is mate. Very stubborn, by the way. Okay, I'll put it. I'll give it a shot. Okay, he did not grab that. Obviously, why would he? But okay, I'll play queen e2. I'm still very stubborn for that. The voice is very low. What about now? Is it still very low? Okay. Bishop d3. Knight f5. Pawn g4. I mean, I took a lot of time, by the way. I need to play a bit more fast. By the way, this was just a very stupid move by me. I mean, why did I do that? Even I don't know. Trade the bishop. Knight e3. Maybe get the knight in. Maybe sack the knight here. Okay. This is good for me. Definitely, this is good. I'll get my king safe too and get the f5. How should I continue? I'll try my knight getting there. And rook is coming down. Knight f5 and knight coming to g4. Looks great. Knight is like an octopus. I think I should get the bishop in and there will be checkmate very short. Okay, this is just lost for him. He will have to give up the queen. Of course, he will not. And this is mate. Next move. There is no way to stop this mate, by the way. There is not even a single check. Maybe to prolong that, queen e7 could be a move. Let's keep going. Let's play Sicilian. Sicilian. The knight off. Bishop g5, pawn a6. Knight can go to d7, bishop can move to e7. What should I play? What should I play? There is also one line with I'll play knight d7, followed by queen b6. Maybe something. Castles. Let's go queen b6. There is also queen c7 if I'm not mistaken. Let's play queen c7. Very soon we'll try to strike with d5. Right now we are just waiting for our chance. At some point I could play h6. Okay, I have h6 right now. I also see this knight being a bit loose. But it's not like I'll win it or something like that. So okay, e5 is also coming. I'll play h6 here. g5 is very tempting, by the way, after bishop h4. Okay, it does not go for that. And I'll just take this with the bishop. The knight is attacked once, and if the bishop moves somewhere, I'll attack it again. e5 just loses the pawn. And let's see. How the game continues. Bishop e4, the queen b6, pinning the knight. Castle. There was also this b2 pawn which was hanging. Can I play knight c4? The idea is simple. I'm attacking the b2 pawn. And the knight too. Let's get back. The b2 pawn was hanging, obviously. There is knight e4, by the way. Knight e4, queen e4. Wow, threatening mate in one. Of course, I'll play pawn g6. And now this is hanging. The rook is hanging. I can take it to the queen as well. I'll take the rook. Let's play queen e5, trade the queens. I'll trade material when I'm up in material. Queen g5, king g7, preventing any bishop into g6. But okay, it wasn't even working, but why to give any counter chance? I'll play h5 myself. No fun for you. Take the pawn. Take the pawn. Eat the juicers. Queen f6, I'll try to trade. I should have played e5 by the way. Okay. Really? Really not. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's play knight f6 and let's play Benoni. Or should I play the Benko gambit? Okay, he doesn't allow anything. This must somehow transpose into some position of known territory. Some sort of. Okay, I'll play g6 here. At least something to play for. Something of Benoni sorts. Knight c6. If he takes, I'll take with the pawn and play for d5 now. On d5. Takes. And now this pawn is an isolated pawn on the queen side, so I'll play a5, a4 to try and trade it. a4. If he takes, there is bishop d7, and I can always get it back. If the bishop comes to b5, I have queen giving a check, and taking the pawn back like that. Queen d2, and I will take it. He takes my queen, I take his queen, he takes my bishop. I take his pawn, and I'll try to put some pressure. He cannot castle, but he did, and now the bishop is falling. Bishop takes f6 leads to rook takes b1, and I'll be just up material. Anything else? Maybe it doesn't work. Like bishop e5 leads to rook takes b1, bishop takes b8, and rook takes b8. I'll be up a piece there as well. There is no mate, so I will not see any ghosts. Pick this up, play bishop f8, and play king g7 on the very next move. I could also take the pawn, by the way. There is no rush. Knight e4. He wants to play knight d7, which also doesn't work. But I'll still play king g7. There is no knight d7, and there is nothing for him. I'll get my bishop out. We'll get my knight in. Maybe knight g4 was much more accurate. Attacks 3 different pawns. Yeah. But still, doesn't really matter as I'm up a whole piece. Well, I'll get my bishop in. Bishop to f6. Get my knight in. Maybe rook c7, yeah? Yeah. And if I move the bishop, there is knight e6, king g8, and rook c8 with the mate. So bishop f6, bishop f6, knight e6. I can go king to h6 as well. Okay, let's play king f6, by the way. Looks nice. There is no mate. No way for him. Let's play bishop d6, hit the rook. Rook c8, and now I'll get back. Bishop c5. Still in action. There was knight h3, yeah, but yeah, knight h3 would have also won the game. But okay, what I played is sufficient enough. Yep, let's keep going. We'll play e4, bishop c4. Let's play the bishop's opening. Okay. Shall I try full movement? Why shall I not? Knight f6. If I play pawn g4, there is d5. Let's play knight c3. Pawn d3, bishop to g5, and try putting some pressure with knight d5 next. Am I winning material? No, I am not winning material. I take this, he takes this, I take the piece. He trades, he plays knight c2, king d2, knight takes a1, knight f3, and I can get two pieces. I think I should go for that, at the very least. Yeah, king d2, knight a1, and now knight f3 or knight e2. Anything within those two moves. I like knight e2 somehow. I'll take this. It would have been great if my rook was on h1 now. g4, let's go for that. Okay, he's not trading. I'll put some pressure. Please trade with me. And go for that. I'll play rook g1 now. You can take the pawn. Yeah, okay. I cannot mess this up. This is just so winning. Let's play king c2 once. d5, this hangs the pawn, but okay. Knight takes e4, and if rook e8, I have knight f6, picking up the rook, followed by pawn f4, followed by pawn g5 as well. But pawn f4 is just very good. Very, very good. This is made, by the way, on the next move. This is made in the next to next move. Let's go. Let's go. We'll reach 2500 very soon, guys. Very soon. I should just hide this count, by the way. I'm not putting it. Yeah, there are only losses. Yeah. Let's go, let's go. Let's play the English this game. Ice up. Okay, either I don't know anything about this. I'll get cooked completely. Okay, I win the pawn. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I also had queen a4, by the way, which also wins the pawn. But also knight c3. Okay, that distorts some sort of my structure. But okay. Time to resign for him already? Maybe. Where will the queen go? Maybe to his uncle. Okay, I have a very sneaky cheapo, by the way, pawn e3. If he takes this, I'll just go bishop b5 and win the queen. Should I go for it? Why not? If he plays a6, I always have knight e4. Why not? Why not? Cheapos. Cheapos are always good. Always. Cheapos are always lovely. Okay, I won't be rushing to take the pawn in the center. I will prevent him from castling. Allow him nothing. And then try to mate him in the center of the board. Shall I take this pawn now? I don't know, maybe I could try playing with f4 long castles. Okay, I'll play f4. I don't want to open the center, to be honest. Rook b1, try to mate him on the queen side. Knight d5 wants to go for knight c3, definitely. But nothing is allowed. We'll win the game very soon. Let's get our knight in. Knight to d4 on the next move, maybe. Putting the bishop on c5 is also very entertaining. Seems very entertaining. Let's put the queen on c2 for now. Hit the pawn in the center. Maybe he plays f5. And then knight d4, c d4. Castles and get the rook. Put some pressure, win the game. Yeah, let's go knight d4. Knight takes d4, pawn takes d4. Rook d6 is a blunder. It's a blunder. Blunder. Potting Clark. Okay. Okay. Shall I play? Okay, I'll play b6. The pawn was hanging, by the way. The g6. Take with the pawn, maybe. Let's play pawn f6. I'm happy going in an endgame, by the way. Very happy. I shall go here. Knight comes in. Bishop to d6, and there is nothing wrong with that. Haha. There should be nothing wrong with that. Let's go bishop d6. Let's go knight e7. And we win the pawn. I mean, there is nothing wrong with my setup, but you have to look for yours. And for extra perks, my king is very active, almost in the... Okay, wait a second. This seems suspicious to me. Very suspicious. I mean, it doesn't really put pressure on me. Can I play king here? Bishop takes b6 leads to bishop takes b3, definitely. Yeah, let's confuse him a little. There was nothing concrete I found. It's a blitz game, so let's go. I might just trade my light square bishop for his knight at some point. This was definitely a slip. I did not mean to play that, but luckily it doesn't blunder anything. h5 definitely. f3, and he wants to go for g4, but I'll just play h4. So g4 is met with en passant. En passant. King f2. Okay. Let's play bishop b4. Trade a rook. Maybe he takes and I can take once. I want to go in a rook endgame right now. I'll play bishop e7. I want to trade rooks, by the way. Let's go. I don't know, I definitely want to trade rooks. But I'll play g5. I'm getting uneasy. Why am I not able to win? This position is so winning. Trade the rooks. Okay, I got the d file. Maybe something more to play for. Okay. Okay, and I'll have to get back because if I take there is bishop b6. At least I have open file for my rook, even though it's not as winning. Okay, now it's just winning. He just hung upon. If he played c4, there was this pawn which was hanging. And here there is this pawn which is hanging. And we can get back the bishop on this square. Okay, thank you. Let's get here. Bishop c8, bishop f2. And just start pushing the pawns. Let's play f5, takes. And should be fairly simple. King h3, pawn e4 takes, pawn e3, king goes here, and then pawn e2, bishop goes to d2. Okay, let's keep going. Winning streak continues. I have seen a line which goes like this, but I'm not pretty sure if it works. I don't know if g5 works here. Let's go. I'll try. I'll definitely try. Very absurd. I mean, this is some work of Satan or something like that. What am I even doing? Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Put the king on f8. I should control my emotions, play with some intent in mind. Let me put the bishop on h3, trade. For real. Let's get the rook. Let's play pawn d5. I might get lost in this game. This is just so much of insanity I have done. I have no idea what to do. I'll play knight e7, okay. Okay. Knight d6. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, by the way. Let me play rook g8. I'll clear some things. I know my rook is hanging. I definitely know that. But what I know much more about this position is that I should be able to win now. I mean, I have got a lot of stuff going for me. There should be enough play to convert that. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, there is mate that is threatened. Maybe not. I was quite wrong, maybe. This is very absurd. Very, very absurd. Let me play 95. We need to pull things up. Let me play knight of 3. Win some material. Win the game. Yeah, I have to play rook takes g1 after he goes to d1. And he will have to take the... Okay. I mean... This is getting better and better for me now. This is getting better and better for me. Let's play knight f3 check. Pawn d4. Queen e6. King hunting on an insane level. Okay, let's give a check. Let's give a check. Bring the knight. And the game is over. Okay, let's go 1e4, knight c3, on d4, on d5, takes the knight, and he resigns. Okay, he does not. Bring the rook. Take the juicer. Get back. Play solidly. We are up a whole piece. Nothing's gone wrong. Nothing can go wrong in such a position now, I hope. Just put the bishop on c4 if nothing is threatened. Pull back the knight. And it will work out. Defending the pawn. I will not give even an inch to you. Not even a single inch. Let's put the knight on e2. If he takes this, I'll take with the knight, protecting the d1 square. Takes and takes. Will he not take? Probably not. Putting the bishop on c4 is one way to do things. Not allowing any activity of his bishop with bishop a6. I'll put the bishop on e3. Get that pawn as well at some point. What I want to do is deliver a castling checkmate. And for that to happen, I need somehow things to go in my favor. Okay, I'll play pawn a4. I'll also play pawn b3. If you want to trade, you may please proceed. He does not want to trade. I'll play bishop to b5. Maybe pawn c4 just takes and knight c4 comes in. I'm being very stubborn. I could have brought the rook somehow in the game. Knight c4, I have to take now. This is quite a stubborn play by me, to be honest. I'm not castling because I want to deliver castling checkmate. Okay. It might work out. It might work out now. He just resigns. I want to deliver checkmate, of course. Should I play Scandinavian? Should I play the French? Should I play the Caro-Kann? I'll play a6. Castling checkmate. I'll castle and deliver mate on the same move. St. George's defense right now. D5, queen e7, bishop d5. This is very standard what I've got now. C5. Working through this position is quite easy, by the way. C4 doesn't trap my piece because I have this very nice in between move. Getting to the bishop. Bishop d4 takes. Knight c2 could be possible. Then comes the rook. And yeah, I mean, the knight back. I don't want to castle again, but there has been no blunders by my opponent until now. Now I win an exchange. Just take the rook, bring the rook to c8. I'll take this pawn. But the problem with delivering castling checkmate is right now that my rook can't fight the knight and the rook both at the same time. So in this position I have to somehow move the king castle to get things going for me. It's not an easy. Yep, I can play blindfolded. I can beat rated players blindfolded. You know? It's quite simple, by the way, to play blindfolded, if you will. Let's play queen c2. I do have queen c3, queen d7, and queen e5. Okay, I'll go with that. I'm happy going for that. As there is no back rank mate defended by my two knights. So two rooks. Wow. This is how I play blindfolded. Okay, I'll play rook d8. There is a fork landing on c6, by the way. Wait a second. Can I sack the rook? Takes. Yes, I can. If the rook takes, there is mate. If the queen takes, I'll take the queen and I'll mate. Yep. And it's mate next move. Check and mate. Let's go. What? No way. Not easy. What is not easy? Let's play the Scotch. Let's play the Scotch Gambit, by the way. I think there is c3. And takes, like queen d5. If the king goes to f8, it lands with the check. If the king goes to e8, there is queen h5 check, pawn to g6, and I'll take the juicer here, the tall juicer. Okay, and I'll take the c3 pawn as well. This pawn is not really hanging, but okay, I'll play bishop g5. What? Yes. Can you please elaborate? Let's play knight c3. Let's play knight h4. I'll play for h3 or f3 stuff. f3, king f2. Again, I cannot mate easily. It's quite literal, by the way. Blindfolded is not easy, but I'm a good player, you know. I play good chess. Though my rating doesn't say so, I play good chess. Let's put the knight here. Maybe he trades. And now I'm threatening rook takes d4. So he definitely avoids that. I shall not pass. I don't know. What should I play? This is not an easy game, by the way. He's playing really good. Can I play for something here? Let's play g4. I'll get the knight in, getting some space as well. Rook e5. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I mean, just a few minutes ago, I was saying that I am a good player, and I'm losing. Not really losing, by the way, but yeah, it is kind of losing. Losing my first game of the stream? I don't want to. I don't want to lose. Definitely. Why would I? Oh, there is a fork there, so I have to click in G2. What should I go for? Need to play rook f1, defending the pawn on f3. And I'll put the rook to f2 as well to avoid any checks, and I'll try to create some passer stuff going for me. If I can get the rook to e2. Yeah, let's go rook e2. The pawn on g4 is definitely not hanging, and if you were to trade, I mean, it should be fine if you trade. Goat. Yes, sir. बंद करने वाला हूँ जल्दी बस. Bhai, what do you think? Can I reach 2500 in one stream? Please, no. No way. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Definitely not if I play this way. I have to be faster. This pawn was hanging. Did I blunder? I did. I did blunder. Wow. देखो हार गया भाई. $2500 के सपने देख रहा हूँ. 1300 से हार गया. सपने सुहावने तो हैं मेरे. यस, बहुत सुहावने हैं मेरे सपने भाई। I will play this. Let's go. जब हारते हैं तभी तो आती है वॉचिंग वैसे। What should we play? Let's take this. सीरिया का बादशाह। द ग्रेट लेजेंडरी ओपनिंग खेलें क्या, जो आपने मेरे को भेजी थी? जिसको खेलने के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा बॉल्स चाहिए। यप, वेरी इम्पोर्टेंट। बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट ओपनिंग है भाई वो। गैरी कस्पारोव ने एक बार कहा था कि वो दोनों वाइट और ब्लैक कलर से खेलनी आनी चाहिए। Trying to set up a cheapo. Cheapo, 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 cheapo. बादशाह ने की खटिया भाजी, कुछ नहीं खटिया। अनदर चीपो। ओके भाई, ये चीपो ही नहीं लगाने देगा कोई। मी चीपो। I'm happy trading. Okay, I'll win this one. Oh यार प्लीज, आई कांट विन। मेरे को भाई बैक पेल देता है यार। नॉट लिटरली। बट पेल देता है यार वो। सपने सुहावने ले लेते हैं यार लोग। पुश द पासर, पुश करो खुश रहो, पुश करो खुश रहो, पुश करो खुश रहो। किसे? मैं भी किसे? फॉर रियल। आपको कैसे पता है यार? मेरे सीक्रेट्स हैं ये तो। One of the player of the time, of all time. Yes sir, की करिए हूँ। Zero legends in पाजी। गुड गोइंग पाजी। Kings Indian. There is no king in India, so no Kings Indian. किंग्स इंडियन दिखाने के लिए इंडिया में किंग भी तो होने चाहिए। नाइट C6 बिशप H2, बिशप D6। पता नहीं फिर क्या करूँगा, रिजाइन कर दूंगा यार। Bishop D6, Queen C2, Knight C2, Knight D6. Maybe playable, maybe not. Not playable. Opening. Check Bishop F4. Definitely, I'll show you King's Indian opening. मेरे को सीखने को मिल जाए बस कहीं से, फिर मैं दिखाऊंगा आपको कि कैसे हारते हैं उसमें। प्ले फॉर श्योर भाई, उसके लिए नैनीताल जाना पड़ेगा। पिंग पोंग पिंग पोंग। बैक रैंक भी खोल लेते हैं। मारो इसे, मार देते हैं इसे। Yep, he fell in trap. He fell in trap. तेज वाली, इट्स ब्लिड्स पाजी, इट्स ब्लिड्स, इससे तेज बुलेट होती है। वो खेलूं? तो 2-3 बुलेट खेलते हैं एंड देन विल कॉल इट अ डे। नोप, वैसे तो नाइट है यार, हाउ कैन वी कॉल इट अ डे? ओके ओके, इट्स तेज तेज वाली नाउ। रिजाइन सीधा, ज़्यादा तेज हो जाएगा यार, वो इतना तेज खेलना नहीं आता मेरे को। c4, bishop goes there, f3, bishop f5. Not good, not good, not good, not good. Damn, this is crazy भाई, इतना तेज कैसे खेल रहा हूँ मैं भाई, है ना? 2500 कैसे करूँगा मैं? ये बुलेट में है ना भाई, तेज वाली में मेरी रेटिंग 2200 है, वो तो ब्लिड्स थी, ब्लीड्स, उसमें 1300 थी। अरे वाह, अरे वाह, अरे वाह, डैम दिस इज क्रेजी रेफरेंस, क्रेजी दिस इज डैम। लंदन सिस्टम, ये तो खेला ही नहीं था मैंने, टाइटल में लिख दिया फीट लंदन सिस्टम, ये खेला ही नहीं मैंने पूरी उसमें स्ट्रीम में, अब खेल दिया। ओके, so do we have this? No, right, not right now. There should be something. Okay, this is winning now. If I somehow get the bishop out, it should be winning. Only if I somehow. Okay, okay. कर भी कह रहा हूँ मैं, मेट हो रही है मेरी, नहीं पता नहीं, मेट हो रही है, मेट हो रही है, मेट हो रही है। अरे यार, ये क्या चल दिया? वाह, नाइस, हार गए, टाइम से हार गए। ट्रैप 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 ट्रैप। ब्रो इज क्रेजी भाई। H4 H5। ये मर गया पॉन। अब क्या भी कह सकते हैं, कोई बात नहीं ही कह सकते हैं हम तो। इसके अलावा बचा ही क्या अब कहने को। हम्म। लेट्स गो। गोल्ड के सिक्के फेंक के मारने का मन है भाई। आई एम नॉट फ्रैंक जेम्स मार्शल। मारने का क्या मन कर रहा है लेकिन ये तो बताओ। टेबल पे अच्छा फिर ठीक है भाई। पता चले भाई उड़ा के ऐसे फेंकने का मन कर रहा है कि क्या देख लिया आज। E2 मर रहा था यार। अबे यार। भाई सब कुछ ही मरवा रहा हूँ क्या मैं। नॉट सब कुछ बाय द वे। ओके ओके। H5 उड़ा दे। कौन सी H5 उड़ा दूं भाई। Queen takes H5 is much better. Queen G5। अगर अब वो कैसल नहीं कर सकता है, वो कैसल नहीं कर सकता है, तो हम कुछ भी खेल देंगे। क्वीन ट्रेड करेगा क्या? नहीं करेगा। फ्री पॉन देगा, हम लेगा। हम्म। अबे यार क्या चलूं? Little bit too slow I am. They are. Yeah, let's go. एक सेकंड रह गया था भाई, जीत गया. ठीक है. अच्छा अच्छा, कोई बात नहीं, की कर सकते हैं वीरे. D6 पाउंड हो गया. वाह, पहले सही चल रहा था. गुड गुड. Where does the knight go? Nowhere. Also, where does my time go? Everywhere. भाई निकल जा यार, डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया. चले जा चले जा चले जा चले जा, मज़ा आ जाएगा भाई, मज़ा आ जाएगा भाई. जीत गया मैं, जीत गया. देखो 2300 को हरा दिया, 2300 को. व्हाट द हेल, क्या हो रहा है? भाई इतने पीस कैसे चढ़ा दिए भाई? हाँ, अलाउड ही नहीं होना चाहिए इतने पीस चढ़ाना तो. मैं बोल रहा हूँ भाई, अलाउड नहीं होना चाहिए. चढ़ाई जा रहा है, चढ़ाई जा रहा है. Not good habits, not good habits, not very good habits. कौन? गुड फ्रेंड. काम होगा यार, कोई क्या हो गया? वाह, हाँ भाग गया। मैं वही तो बोल रहा हूँ, कोई काम होगा यार। अच्छी बात है, चला गया। मेरी खुशी में खुशी नहीं है क्या तुम लोगों की? मैं जीत गया ना मैच, बस खुश रहो यार। क्या खेलने, इतना नहीं सोचते ना बुलेट में। F5, वाह, वंडरफुल, वंडरफुली डन। बाकी भाई, नॉइज़ पोल्यूशन पे क्या विचार है आप लोगों का? व्हाट आर योर थॉट्स अबाउट नॉइज़ पोल्यूशन? मेरे ना ही पूछो तो अच्छा है। अबे ओए, ये क्या हो गया? अबे ओए, ये क्या हो गया? एक ही हो गया। जब तैयारी करने की बारी आती है तब एवी हो गया, एवी हो गया। जब एग्ज़ाम देने जाओ तो एक ही हो गया, वाइट। वाओ, क्या क्यों? यार ब्लिट्स खेलेंगे यार, बुलेट इज़ नॉट माई कप ऑफ टी। ब्लिट्स में मेरे को रेटिंग चाहिए 2500। 2500 करेंगे हम। लेट्स गो। क्यों, क्या रे? Hmm, let's play e5 here. Let's play a6, b5. No, wow, not allowed. Very nice. Okay, okay. अरे एक किंग्स इंडियन सेटअप ही तो है, इससे बढ़िया अब मैं क्या दिखाऊं किंग्स इंडियन में? मुझे इसके अलावा क्या आता है किंग्स इंडियन का? कुछ भी नहीं आता। मैं बोलता नहीं, करता भी नहीं हूँ, कुछ भी नहीं करता। किंग्स इंडियन फैन है क्या आप? आपको किंग्स इंडियन नाम शोभा नहीं देता, क्योंकि किंग्स कभी ब्रोक नहीं होते हैं। किंग का इंडियन, व्हाट? Think what you say. Mind your language. Okay, I think it's last. Probably one or two more games and I'll end the stream. Hopefully I get some King's Indian setup next. But I don't know if I will. Okay, I'll take the pawn happily. Happily enough. I'll trade the rooks as well. And put the bishop on d6. Also, this is hanging, by the way. If he is not careful. Okay, he definitely is. He's not me. Bro is not me. Some people are careful, some people are careless. I am carefulness. Let's play f5 and e4 next. Maybe. Yeah, e4. Bishop c2. Bishop c2 कित्थे c2? Let's get the rook. You open 5. And my pawns are very nice. Pawns look nice. Put the queen on e5, create a battery, threaten some mating patterns. And okay, you definitely deny that. What should I do now? I need to push. Need to get my rook in. Let's get the rook in. Ta-da, ta-da. Bishop so stuck. Yeah, this bishop is, and this bishop is very much like gooners. Okay, I'll take this. This bishop is a gooner. Is a goner. Okay, he's helping my bishop to get it. What is he doing? Wow. Wow. Let's play the Angular gambit. Will they be consistent enough? Will they play bishop f4? Will they play bishop d2? Will they play bishop c3? They might. Oh, they know the refutation, and if they do know the refutation, I might get cooked very soon. I might just get cooked. Okay, knight b5 is, to be honest, not so great. But why? Maybe because I have queen a5, bishop takes b4, knight takes b4, and then pawn a6. Maybe because of this reason. Not allowing knight c7. Yeah, now rook b4 doesn't work because queen b4 comes with a check. Plus I'm threatening the knight. Yeah, it doesn't work. It just doesn't. Hit, hit. It's a hit. It's in hit. Let's play knight h6 defending f7 for future. Yeah, I knew something like that is going to happen. I predict future. I'll just casual probably play d6 or d5. Wow. But that's protected still. I'll play c6 and d5. very happy getting in this position. Maybe knight f2, knight f7, knight f7, bishop f7, rook f7. No, nothing like that. Nothing like that. Let's get the bishop to e6. Get the pawn to a5. Geet to rook. Get the knight out. This should be child's play now. I should somehow be able to win this game. King e2 comes. Maybe, maybe not. But doesn't really change the fact that I'm winning. Can swarming with pieces definitely. Yep. Okay, the rook was also hanging. I saw it later on. I got no chance to play the King's Indian, by the way. Does it work? If I take and play this, he takes, I play knight g5. Take, knight g5. King g8, queen h5. Should be winning. Doesn't really matter, I will go with it. I will go with it. I'll go with it. Maybe I should have taken it first. Now he has a defensive resource with knight f6. And if one knight were to be traded, maybe he had nothing. Okay, still he does not have, like, still has nothing left. Let's keep going. Okay, I'll play the King's Indian attack next. Let's play the Alekhine here. Okay, is it a move? I don't know. C3 is C3 just stinks, to be honest. I will play knight c6, I'll play bishop g4, I'll play for e5, e4. Not allowed. Should have played knight here, here, and here, maybe. I don't want to trade. I'll get back. I'll play rook here, and now I just hope, very much hope, if this knight were reaching somehow that square. But okay. I can just hope right now. Well, there is an idea to play f5. Okay, now there is none. I'll get my knight to b8 as well. I'm trying to set the pieces for the next game, by the way. Bishop h3, bishop h6. Out here. Okay. My knight is very happy. My bishop is very happy. This bishop is not very happy. Let's make them happy. Can't make you happier now. Wow. Crazy reference. Sometimes all I think about is you. Okay, I'll play bishop e7. If you want to trade, I'm happy. This pawn hanging. Okay, I'll play rook c8 first. Oh my god, bro is just brewing up a crazy attack on me. This is just nuts. I have to take it. Knight takes f6, king g7. Maybe he takes the rook. But maybe I'm safe. Maybe I'm not. Yeah, if I'm safe, if I get through the attack safely, I mean, I could win the game. I could very well win the game. This is just crazy. I mean, what the hell just happened? I don't want to trade queens. Well. Oh boy. Okay, I have to be faster. Now it's a bullet game. Maybe he will not trade the queens with me, even if I don't want. Maybe he will now. Very much not. I have to be faster. Threaten mate a bit faster. And split 6. Oh no, my pawn. Okay. Will I get to play the King's Indian? No, I don't. I'm sorry, guys. What can I do? I can't do nothing about this. People don't let me play King's Indian attack. Or defense. People don't let me. Just don't let me. Maybe he wins. Okay, he had a win maybe with this. But okay. This is all good for me. I'm winning. And sack the rook for a moment, by the way. I'll get back. I'm threatening mate. That's the point. I was threatening mate. I mean, it gave me a heart attack if this were not mate. Wow. Will I get the white pieces and play the King's Indian attack? Will I not? Very nice. Slaggy. There is lag. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, let's play the King's Indian attack. Hopefully. Maybe I'm still. Yeah, I should try to switch the networks. Okay, I'm reconnected. The King's Indian attack now. Yeah. But I don't know how to play next, how to play further. Let's play 3. Oh wow. I'll play e5, hitting both the pieces. Is it this simple to win with King's Indian attack? Maybe. I should have played c4 by the way, but okay. This is logical too. Knight b2. The basic theme is there's also h5, knight h4, knight here, and knight g5. I'm probably right, I guess. Knight h2, knight g4 can be played now. And my pieces are just brewing. f6 doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. It gives the g6 square, it also opens up the position. It just doesn't make sense to me for him. The pawn is also protected, the queen is hit. My knight is going to g6, and the rook is trapped. Take the rook, of course. And let's go. Queen g4, hit the pawn, hit the pawn. What is that? This pawn is hit. Take the knight. Take the bishop. Bring back the king. Okay, he left. Last game, we'll play the king's Indian. And now he wants to play e5. I'll allow that. Could have played d4 instead of that as well. But okay. Knight c3 and fold it up with pawn to e4 in some positions. Maybe play h3 right now. I'll take with the pawn. And yeah, I mean, bishop to g4. Pin the knight, hit the pawn. Take the knight, take the pawn. Push the pawn, keep the knight in the center of the board. Does weaken the d4 square, but okay. Very well, it could be very well worth it. Get the bishop. Get the bishop for us. Should I? Should I not? I should not, maybe. Okay, unless he forces me to take that, I won't. And now I will just force to get the knight out of his way. Which is fine. It happens, people kick you out of their life. Let's trade the knights. The knight is pretty good in the center of the board. Even though I get in opposite colored position, opposite colored bishop's position, I very well think that I might be able to convert this position. Just because I feel like, I don't know. You wanna take? I'm happy if you will try it. Okay, it's just a free pawn. Free 2 pawns, to be honest. And he just goes bishop b6 maybe. Up. Rook here. And he takes the g3 pawn. I'll still offer it. Takes the g. Should I still offer it? I don't know. Okay, I'll still offer it. He takes the g3 pawn. No, it actually doesn't work, by the way, because I have rook g4. And the queen is trapped. Let's go f4. Let's go rook takes. We have no idea. No idea. Put the bishop on this diagonal. Try to win the game. g2. Take the pawn on f6. Take the pawn on g4. Take the pawn on h6. Play rook g6. Trade. Take the queen. Play bishop f4. Play queen d3. Play queen d8. Shall I? I will not. Yeah. So, on a good note, I'll end the stream. Thank you guys.